You can see, Your Excellency, we are not sick, we are not dying because you immunize us. Now we are dealing with the issues of socio-economic transformation. In today's theme, Your Excellency, two issues stand out. Number one is skills development. Number one is skills development, and number two is youth opportunities. Your Excellency, over the last week we have been doing what we call the Youth Week here. And we have been speaking to young people and community members concerning the theme of this day. We have worked, Your Excellency, with the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA. We have worked with the Naguru Teenage Center. We have worked with the Netherlands Institute for Multi-Party Democracy. We have worked with the SRHR Alliance. We have worked with Action for Health and many other partners to reach the people this last week. We were in Ochokchan Sub-County, Your Excellency, and the people of Ochokchan Sub-County told us that we created new sub-counties to inform more service delivery. However, their health center too cannot serve the purpose of a sub-county government program because the government provides for health center 3. So, Your Excellency, the people of Ochokchan are here and they have requested that we elevate their health center 2 to health center 3 in their sub-county. The same goes for Lale, the same goes for all the sub-counties in Uganda to be moved to that status. Your Excellency, we were also privileged to play some football with the young people of Asure who said, we must tell you our problems, but we must first see whether you can play some football, you youth leaders at the national level. We played with them, but we did not win. They beat us. Your Excellency, that said, they still told us some issues, and their issues are around the first issue, which is skills development. The young people say, Your Excellency, that it is important that government invests in free formal education and free vocational education at the same time. Free formal education is already achieved in UPE and USE, but free vocational education, Your Excellency, we thank you for starting it up with the skilling hubs. The Ministry of Gender has some skilling hubs as well, but the young people are saying we need more, Your Excellency, because skills development can happen in 1 week and someone is an expert carpenter. But for them to become a medical doctor, you need a minimum of 20 years in the school and in education. Your Excellency, we therefore as a National Youth Council insist that the problem in free education is twofold. Number one, there are still schools that are charging young people an amount of money to attend in a universal primary school, in a universal secondary school. Your Excellency, you heard from your daughter from Lano, she says she has a report. But we have been working and fighting these people across districts to say, don't charge young people for getting what will help you in your community. Because an educated young person, Your Excellency, is a burden to the community. And we think it's not right for the community to sit idly by if the young people at home, government has provided free education, and they are affording the luxury of saying we don't want to go to school. Your Excellency, we think it must become an offense for a parent who exists within reach of a UPE school to not take that child to that school. It must be an offense for a school teacher, a school head teacher in UPE and USE to charge a fee. We have heard, yes, the capitation grant is not enough. And we are saying government should double the capitation grant. But that does not take away from whether someone is going to school if they are 10 years or 5 years. Your Excellency, we want to proceed and talk about skills development in the formal job sector. Your Excellency, young people go to school in many forms. Here we have Soroti University, for which we thank you so much. However, Your Excellency, when young people finish, sometimes we get stranded. For example, Your Excellency, I believe we are in the presence of some intern doctors. Are they here? There are some intern doctors here. You're welcome. Your Excellency, that trouble is now confusing all of us. The intern doctor's problem is actually not a problem of government interest, because you voiced yourself, Your Excellency, in support of the sciences. It's a problem of the control measures of entry. Your Excellency, in the past, the universities that could provide education for doctors were very few. Now we have a proliferation because of the NRA and the system of privatizing education for everyone to get. And Your Excellency, I want to thank you for that. Excellency, I beg you to help those young people and we avoid this overflow, which you are the one that helped them attain through science education. Your Excellency, the final thing I will say about skills development is the need to utilize government programming at the community level. Let me talk a bit about the PDM. Your Excellency, I want to thank you, Eyalama no Yokoyo Tutwa. For the first time in Teso, a theater is not forgotten by government in terms of how far government is. You have brought the government to the village through the PDM. And now, Your Excellency, the people at the grassroots cannot blame you or government for making them their own government. You have provided them with the power to make circles at the parish, the power to choose who benefits when, and you have given their leaders the presence of the PDM. I want to thank you. Your Excellency, you have given 10,500 young people the capacity to sit on PDC committees at that level, and you made us relevant, Your Excellency. But Your Excellency, the PDM, and I want to say this to Atumna, to Ateke, Idwe, Kumam, I want us to understand this. The PDM can do much more than just financing and people picking money. Because the PDM is of 7 pillars. Financial inclusion is only one of them, Your Excellency. PDM touches education. So the PDM committee must address the question of how many children are dropping out in this parish. PDM touches development of infrastructure. They must liaise and audit when a government-funded priority at the district is reaching them. Your Excellency, we want government to focus on the entire question of the PDM. Because the grassroots is missing out, because the message is coming as only money, and yet there is more. That money is to awaken them, bring them into the entire money economy, but it must also empower them to ask questions among themselves of their responsibility. Your Excellency, let me talk a bit about youth opportunities. First and foremost, Your Excellency, we must admit there is no possibility of youth opportunities without peace and security. We want to thank you, Your Excellency. You have made Uganda peaceful border to border, and I thank you. However, Your Excellency, I invited 2 special guests here so you can notice them. Your colleagues from the days of Fronasa are here. You spoke of some Kumam who are recruiting for you, and I trust them, Your Excellency. I know Joseph Ngwaru is here. He used to recruit from Fonasa. He's seated somewhere. I don't know if you that one. I know Mochen Chance is also here. These are the people from the land who sacrificed their own lives with your leadership, Your Excellency, for us the young people to enjoy peace. We cannot play with that. The second thing about youth opportunities, Your Excellency, we are not going to get opportunities in the same vein and the same presence of corruption. That one cannot happen. And therefore, Your Excellency, we thank you for beginning the fight. We call it a small fight against corruption. We thank you. The National Youth Council has been working with the Deputy IGG, as told she's here. Dr. Atan Patricia, your daughter, is here, and we've been working with her to sensitize young people across the country on their own responsibility. Your Excellency, when you addressed us on corruption, you asked us to ensure that we engage dialogue. Immediately, I led a team of young people to Afande Nakarema's office. And we made sure that we produced a concept for young people to, across the whole country, give ideas on how they think corruption must be fought in Uganda. And that should be attended by all agencies of corruption. Your Excellency, I think she's only lacking the funding, but if you support her, we can start that course. Your Excellency, the opportunities you've given young people in the youth livelihood are many. You have given us the youth livelihood program, and I think some young people will receive some checks today. That is an opportunity. You have given us the PDM. 3 weeks ago, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of the NRM Party sent me to Kumi to represent him. I called a lady called Dr. Joyce Aseke. I want to thank Honorable Edson Dugumayo for helping us a lot. We made sure, Your Excellency, starting this very financial year, government had already provided by law for youth, for women to get opportunities in contracts, but was not actualized. So this financial year, Your Excellency, starting July, the guidelines were concluded, and now these youth who are in entrepreneurship can access contracts up to 10 million in every local government in Uganda. I want to thank you, Your Excellency. I want to thank you that in the central government level, every contract below 30 million is now for youth and for women. I thank you, Your Excellency. That is what we call enabling youth opportunities. Your Excellency, I am winding up, but as I wind up, I want to thank you for 2 last things. Number one, for deploying young people from Teso. Your Excellency, there are youth who came up from leadership here. We had a young man called Odomo, they called him Dawo Dawo here. He was deployed. We have assistant RDCs and RDCs. They are there. I know St. Paul is around. I know my brother Emmanuel Okia is around. We have young men like Otumbo Augustine and young women deployed. And I want to thank you for looking at the young people of Teso. But as we talk about Teso, there are still some challenges. Your Excellency, that road that leaves the city and goes to Serere needs to be tarmacked. It needs to be tarmacked. Because you can't. Ateyambe, Budo, Aya, Ita, Wono Serere, Obore, Ketokoras, here. Inyamurukan, you translate my brother.
At again, a balona Jacobe, Rebe, Jacob Anesi, I lead the Papa President. Ero tomondi yuno solo abe anda ijetere bugatu kandoa aminisa oko ugwenge kolas ulaero.
Your Excellency, Soroti University is of science and technology. It just doesn't have the name. But they are struggling with infrastructure development. They thank you for the 5 billion that has been provided, but there is a 6 or 7 billion that is available in Ministry of Finance. Is I think in the Development Committee, we could fast track their programming. Your Excellency, for that infrastructure development, I request you to help them expedite that. There are 3 young people here, Your Excellency, that listen to your message. We found them in their districts when we are doing our Okumuli Engini to preach the gospel you have sent us to do. One of them is a young man called Aiga Boniface. Your Excellency, you said the message is commercial agriculture for jobs, services for jobs, industrialization for jobs, and ICT. Those are the 4 sectors. These young people have taken commercial agriculture to another level. They are not only practicing it, but they are teaching it. We met a young man called Aiga Boniface. Aiga is here. Aiga, please come to the front so the President can see you. We met a young man called Buya Mukasa, is here. Please come to the front. and a young man called Ijala Joseph. Let me start with Your Excellency. He's a young man from Yumbe and fought Adjumani. Unfortunately, he dropped out in Senior 2. But he said, having listened to your message, he got able to now get 5 million shillings from that, and he paid tuition for his brother in the School of Pharmacy. I want to thank that young man. Your Excellency, I want to also thank Mr. Muya Mukasa. He's coming from this way. If you can just stand around here, my Excellency can see you. This young man has a acres. I want you to tell them what they can get at their level. He told young people how to make 400,000 a month. And you directed that they should join the police air wing. Your letter is the copies with me here of 6 August 2022. These people, you even mentioned them by name: Namakosa Monica, Ariwo William, Wamagale, Ronald Karohanga Nathan, Beinomu Bishafred, and Omuron Grace, your daughter from the land. These people are here. They have said even the Honorable Kaido Tafile wrote a letter concerning them, but they have not been invited by the police. They now whisper to me that they have heard about a training that they can join quickly if His Excellency directs. Your Excellency, I want to hand their issue over to you for remembrance and for your action. Your Excellency, there is also your daughter called Miss Iset Julian, who is also here. Our mother, Toto Bia. That woman, Your Excellency, was the flag bearer of the NRM. She was also a former RDC. She's a former RDC Mamuria district. You supported her with the medical bills. However, Your Excellency, she did not receive the money. She now has a medical form that is written to her demanding about 68 million. Those are small matters for you. Your Excellency, I hand over to you for further action. Your fatherly, grandfatherly nature will not cease. Your Excellency, I close by saying, we saw some young people holding a press conference in Kampala. You know, young people in Kampala think they are the whole of Uganda. They are saying the president must not come back in 2026. Your Excellency, they are joking. These young people are saying, in 2026, Your Excellency, we are ready, you have brought us, and you have done enough for us. We want, as the young people, to be the front line of your campaign. I thank you, and may God bless Uganda.